Hello everybody and welcome back to this week's video. Today I will be attempting for the 4th time, that is correct, I've tried filming this 4 times and given up 4 times, to do a completing series video. That I think is, well, for one of these it definitely isn't true, for the rest I think it is maybe, so you'll see what I mean. So I've got Nothing Like the Movies, which is a sequel to Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. As far as I know, there are no more installments to this coming, so I think this is definitely a finishing of a series. But this follows Liz and Wes when they are in college. I believe they've already broken up, and this is Wes trying to get back with Liz. So excited for this one. Then I have got The Wingman by Stephanie Archer. Again, I don't know if there's more installments to this, but as of right now, it is the last one in the series for, I think it's called the Vancouver Storm. Yeah, Vancouver Storm series. I think I've given both of the other books, which is Behind the Net and The Fake Out, 5 stars. So high expectations for this one. And I don't really know much about it. It follows Hayden Owens, who is the hottest defenseman in pro hockey. And I can't remember what the girl's name is. She's in the other books, so you'd think I'd know it. Darcy, that's her name. So both of these characters have appeared in the other 2 books, but I can't really remember much about them other than I know there was a bit of flirty tension between them in those books. So hopefully I enjoy this also. Then I've got one that I definitely know isn't the last in the series because I have the next one in the series after this, and I know there is a 4th book announced, and that is The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. So I have actually started this. I'm about 20 pages in. I don't know if you can see my bookmark here. I'm enjoying it so far, and then I just fell into a massive reading slump and haven't picked it back up. So hopefully I enjoy it. This one follows Hazel, who owns a cute little bookshop, and Noah, who is a gorgeous outgoing fisherman. I've heard this one's quite spicy, so hopefully I'm in the mood for that because I just read the next book that I'm going to show you. I've been reading that and it got spicy and I just was not interested at all. So hopefully I'm interested in this one, but I just didn't like it in the other one. So there's that one. And then finally I have got my Vampire Plus One, which I am now 300 pages into and still haven't finished. I've been trying to read this for about 3 weeks now, and it has definitely put me in a slump. I'm enjoying it, it's okay. It's no more than a 3-star for me as of right now because of how badly it's put me in a slump, but either way I do fully intend to finish this today. I need to get this off my TBR today. Yeah, this one is about Amelia, who is an accountant who's a bit like fed up with her own life, and Reginald, who is a vampire, and they end up fake dating because there is a lot of like family events going on that Amelia wants to have a +1 to. So that is where I'm at with this one, and let's crack on with this because I haven't read a book in 3 weeks and I'm fed up of it. I want to be reading again, so let's finish this please. So, apologies first of all for lighting and angle. I am at my boyfriend's house and he does not have a good surface for me to prop my phone onto, so this is what I'm working with. I have finished my Vampire Plus One. I think I am going to settle on a 3-star for it because it's not that I didn't enjoy it, but it wasn't as good as My Roommate is a Vampire, which I gave a 4-star, so it didn't feel on par with that, so it's had to be knocked down a star, so I'm giving it a 3. And I've actually made some really good progress into The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, which I was meant to film, but I was in public because I went and I read it at a cafe, and then I felt really awkward about filming in public, so I didn't. So maybe I'll work up to that. But I'm really enjoying this. I don't know, something has changed. Like the first 50 pages maybe I was a bit like, oh, maybe I won't read this next, but I'm really glad I have. I'm on page 241 of 345. I'm really enjoying it. I think the characters have great chemistry. I do think it is quite fast paced, like it does take place over 2 months, and I'm almost at the end of that 2-month period and I'm this far in. It does feel like maybe a lot has I don't know, changed between the characters in 2 months, which I know is realistic because people do change that quickly, but I don't know, like I'm not a slow burn fan, but then I feel like this is maybe too fast, but it's also not insta-lust or insta-love, so I don't know. But this is like confidently, I think it's going to be a 4-star, so hopefully nothing goes wrong. I can hear my cat. We have a cat. He's over there and he's making noise, so sorry if you can hear him, but I think this is confidently going to stay at a 4-star for me. So let's read the last 100-ish pages of this and I will get back to you with a proper review and the next book that I'll be reading. I have since finished the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. As predicted, it's a 4-star. I did really enjoy this. I think Hazel and Noah had a really sweet romance going on. They had a lovely chemistry. It was just so sweet, such a nice little easy read. So, and quite fast paced. I think I mentioned that it like not gave me whiplash, but it was like so much happened and then it was like, and now we're 2 months in, and I was like, whoa. So did enjoy this. I do recommend it. I've seen some people didn't really like the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, but I think overall this one seems to have better audience reception than that one, but I enjoyed both. So if you haven't read these, highly recommend. I do enjoy them and they are perfect for this time of year. But I have now started Nothing Like the Movies by Lynn Painter, and it's not hooked me in as much as Better Than the Movies did. I am about halfway in, you can kind of see where I am. And yeah, I don't really care. that's the take that I've got on this so far, is I really don't care about Wes and Liz anymore. Like they were great in the first book, but splitting them up and trying to like force them back together, it's not working for me. They're just irritating. Like Liz is blatantly not interested anymore. Like she's making it really clear to him to like stop trying, and he's like, no, I'm gonna keep trying. So like they both have feelings still. Obviously it's a romance between them, so obviously they're still gonna have feelings for each other, but equally it's been 2 years. Why is it taking 2 years for you to give it another go, you know? I don't know if I'm just being cynical. Yeah, so hopefully I like it a bit more, because again this one feels like it'll be about a 3-star, which is a shame because Better Than the Movies was a 5-star for me. But hopefully this improves, because I would like to have another 4-star or even 5-star read. I don't think this will be it, but I've also decided, because I forgot it was coming out, I'm going to add another book to the end of this video. I want to read Lost and Lassoed by Lila Sage. Also, is it Lassoed or Lassoed? I don't know. But I want to read that. It came out like Monday and I completely forgot about it. I don't have the physical copy, but luckily it's on Kindle Unlimited, so time permitting I will be reading another book on the end of this video. So we've then got The Wingman and Lost and Lassoed to come. I feel like I lost my train of thought as I was getting there, but let's finish Nothing Like the Movies and start The Wingman, and I will check in with you in a bit. I have finished all the books for this week's video. I ended up reading 5 books total, and 2 of them I currently do not have a physical copy of because I've managed to misplace one of them and I haven't bought the other one yet because I am very broke. So first off, I read My Vampire Plus One, which I've been trying to read for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and I don't know, it put me in a slump. I got about halfway and then had a massive slump, and then this was how I got myself out of it, was reading the rest of these books. So it was okay. I'm gonna give it a 3. Oh, we've got a visitor. I'm gonna give it a 3. It didn't really do much for me. I thought both the characters were pretty mid. I wasn't really interested. Him being a vampire, I don't really know. It wasn't played how I thought it would be played. It was much more like a bit of a jokey thing. which is a shame because I do think I enjoyed reading my roommate is a vampire last year, so it's a shame that I didn't enjoy this one as much. This was a 3. Then I read The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, which I did thoroughly enjoy. I was told this one's quite spicy, but I didn't think that when I was reading it. Maybe I did, but looking back now, I'm like, not really. Like, I've definitely read what like more spicy books than this. I think it was done well. I really enjoyed it. I love that Hazel, the main girl in this, was a bookstore worker. I always love that in books. It's one of my favourites. I liked, there was like a clue based thing, like a puzzle that her and Noah, the main guy, tried to follow. I thought that was done really well. But yeah, I really like this, and I read it really quickly, which I love. I love reading things quickly. It's my favourite hobby is binge reading. So I gave this one a 4-star overall, maybe even a 4.5. I don't really know. I liked it very much. We'll leave it at that. Then I read Nothing Like the Movies, which I don't know where I put that, but I did not enjoy it, unfortunately. I really liked Better Than the Movies. I gave that a 5-star when I read it last year, but this just sort of undid all of that for me. It ruined the characters for me, which is such a shame because they were such great characters, and then this book spoiled the whole thing. I thought that Liz was so uppity, I think is the word I'll go for, and annoying. She was just annoying. I thought Wes was grovelly. Yes, he had reason for it, but I don't know, I didn't like it. He was clingy. He was like, he wouldn't take no for an answer, but it wasn't done in a way that I enjoyed. It was done in a way that would irritate me thoroughly. So I think I've actually dropped my rating of that since reading it and since talking about it. I'm now giving it a 2-star because it ruined the other book for me. So that's that. Then, on a much happier note, I read The Wingman by Stephanie Archer, which, shock horror, I'll be surprised, was a 5-star. She has done it again, girls. She's done it again. I love this. I love it so much. I love the way she writes the spicy bits. Like, I know that's not everything in her book, but I do personally quite enjoy a spicy book, and she writes it so well. She's very interesting in how she goes about those scenes. It's not always the same, you know, sometimes it can get very like repetitive reading those scenes, but she does it very creatively, I find. I loved just the whole dynamic between Hayden and Darcy. They were just so great because they were like best friends first. That's so cute. Friends to lovers, we love it. And there was a dynamic where Darcy's ex was like a mutual friend they had, so that obviously caused some tension. I just really liked how the whole thing was done. I really recommend this, and it was quite long, which I was not really aware of when I started it. I didn't really look at how long it was, but I read it in a day. I think that tells you all you need to know. I read it in a day. It's 5-star. Stephanie Archer, you are my number one. My ride or die is Stephanie Archer. And then finally I read Lost and Lassoed on my Kindle, and I didn't really know what to rate this one. I was between like a 4.5 and a 5. So on Goodreads it's a 5 because obviously you can't do a point anything, but it's definitely like a high-end 4 to 5 star for me. I loved it so much. So we had Teddy, who is like a very powerful female in the community. I don't think that's the best way to describe her at all. But she's very like independent. That's the word I'm thinking of. She's very independent. She knows what she wants. And she's always had a bit of a jokey, not really jokey, rivalry with Gus, who is her best friend's older brother and a single dad, which I do love single dad tropes. Yeah, and they've had like a years-long dislike of each other, and then over the summer Gus needs someone to look after his daughter and Teddy needs a job, so she ends up nannying, babysitting for him, and stays at his house for a few days every week, and it was just adorable. I loved it so much. I love all of the, what's it called, Rebel Blue Ranch. I love all of those books. Done and Dusted, Swift and Saddled. I gave Swift and Saddled a 5-star earlier this year. So I think Miss Lila Sage might be another one of my favourite authors, I've only read 3 of her books. I don't know if she has more, but if she does, I'll have to check them out. But I think this has been a really successful reading week. I've had a 4-star, I've had like a 4.5, I've had a 5. So it kind of balances out that the other 2 I didn't really like that much. So I'm very happy that I've done this, and I finally finished this video. As I mentioned, it took me like 4 attempts to do this, so I'm so glad that I've actually done it now. But yeah, well, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you next week.